to one of rock's most popular bands. But at the same time, she's also developed an extremely successful solo career. Mark Goodman spoke to Stevie Nicks when she passed through town and talked with her about her life and music.
Just like the wide winged dove sings a song that sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Just like the wide winged dove sings a song that sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh.
The day I got my Goya guitar, I wrote a song on my 16th birthday.
Boy, you can be that specific.
Yeah, I can even sing you the song, but I'm not going to.
It was that good, huh?
Well, yeah. It had potential. It had a really good melody. The words were incredibly tried, but I was in love. And, you know, so it was just totally stupid. I've loved and I've lost, and I'm sad but not blue, sort of ridiculous. But it was pretty. And I actually sat and played it for my friend Robin, and she said, potential. This could be happening. And so I said that from that moment onward, I just was, you know, had the guitar under one arm all the time.
Stevie soon joined up with Lindsey Buckingham to form a struggling musical partnership called Buckingham Nicks.
I never wanted to do anything else. I knew at some point, if we didn't make some money, that I was going to have to do something. And then, you know, but it was like I would have always had my music anyway. So that was, you know, that was never a question. It was just whether or not I could pay my rent and Lindsey's rent.
Was Lindsey thinking along the same lines at the time that
Well,
he
Lindsey
could pay
was
his rent?
practicing his guitar.
I see.
And you know, and I was trying to figure out how to make Hamburger Helper different.
Did you come up with anything?
After he put my electric skillet on the gas stove and cooked the Hamburger Helper in the electric skillet, which meant we had no more electric skillet, which meant we had no more Hamburger Helper. My life, you know, was very strange then, because I really was, you know, I was just living in a world of all these guys, and I, you know, was really not relating too well to any of them, because I was working, and they were all practicing their guitar. And I was stepping over them, you know, excuse me. So it was, you know, I was a whole different kind of person. I was the mom, I was the camp director, Cub Scouts.
The turning point in Stevie's career came in 1975 when she joined Fleetwood Mac and helped bring the band its greatest success ever. She quickly became one of the group's main songwriters and the focal point of their live show.
They took care of me in Fleetwood Mac, you know, I mean, they took care of everything. And I was a spoiled, rotten princess. And now, I don't feel like a princess anymore. I feel like a hard-working princess, you know, because I am called upon now to do a lot more that I never really thought I wanted to do. I never really wanted to be a solo artist, you know. I never wanted to go up there and stand and sing 20 songs alone. So that's why I have singers, and that's why I have surrounded myself with what I think is a potential great band. A band, this is not backup musicians anymore. This is not backup singers, this is a band, and that's what I want. Because I loved being in Fleetwood Mac because it was a band.
In 1980, the members of Fleetwood Mac took a break to work on their own projects. For Stevie Nicks, the result was Belladonna, her first solo album and one of the most successful records of the year. Stevie's solo success continues with her new album, The Wild Heart.
It's probably the one time in my life where I'm kind of going through, you know, the edge of 17 and the edge of, you know, getting enough older that I might not, you know, be as wild as I am now. And so this is like, for me, a very special time because I feel wild. You know, I'm very wild, and so is my audiences. And there is that incredible, I mean, we're all in love. Everybody's in love, absolutely. And I feel it when I walk out on stage, and they feel it. And it's like, you know, it's really deep. It's real, you know, it's really very much all-consuming to me. I said a long time ago I was not going to hedge. If I was going to be a writer, then I was going to write down the truth. And I wasn't, you know, I wasn't going to name names, and I wasn't going to be unkind. But I was going to tell the truth. And I don't have any reason to not, if I'm going to write, and I'm going to make these songs experiences that I know every one of you has had, that when you have that experience and you hear that song, you'll click into it and you'll know exactly what I was talking about. And those are the only people that I care about, the people that understand that, you know. If you read between my lines, no one knows unless you really look. But that's the people I write for, the people that need somebody to write it down, what's happening to all of us.
No one looked, I walked by, just an invitation would have been just fine. Said no to him again and again. First he took my heart, then he ran.
One of the highlights of the Wild Heart album is Stevie's collaboration with Prince on Stand Back.
What he and I do is kind of unique in that he teaches me, and I'm very open to learning. So, you know, it's not like anything has to be tangible. It's just experience, I think, that we're getting. I never had met him or anything. I just called him up. He was in LA, and I said, well, I'm here, and what are you doing? And he said, well, I'll try to come over, and we didn't even think he would. And he did, and he came. I said, well, I'd like it if you came, and he said, yes, ma'am. And he showed up not long later and just put this incredible, kind of amazing, awesome part on that we just went, it was amazing.
Stand back, stand back. In the middle of my room, I did not hear from you. It's all right, it's all right. Be standing in a line, standing in a line. Be standing in a line. I would cry.
How do you think that your fans, your audience, the people who come to the shows, the people who buy your records, how do you think that they picture you?
I would just like them to know how much I care about them, and to know that it's not hard to give up the rest of my life for them, because it's what I want. And I just want them to, you know, I want them to be happy and feel good, and I want to enhance their life a little bit.
You think it's your job to, I'll say educate your audience?
Yeah, I'm a teacher, for sure, and I love to teach. So if I get a hold of them for a minute, you know, then they have to listen to me.
We come from different worlds, but we are the same. Well, I never doubted your beauty, RJ.
What are your plans after the tour is over?
I'll take a little time off probably, and then I think I'm going to do my next album in Dallas. This next album's going to really be really rock and roll. See, and then I'll probably do a country album. After that, I've only got 20 albums to do anyway. So this next album seems to be more rock and roll, which is good for me, because that certainly keeps you young. If you can't rock and roll, you're old.